Okay, we is filming. Hey, you remember to actually tell us this time. That's cool.
Oh, wow.
How about that shit?
What a surprise.
Well, you know, I figured I'd indulge you for once since you asked so nicely the last time.
Thank you.
Oh, you see? It all worked out.
Why can't we be friends?
And then the credits roll. That's the whole episode. You guys can go.
Alright.
It's fine. We don't really have that much else going on.
Us of the future, you can go now.
Yeah. Aww.
Alright, so you guys arrived in Alba
Yeah.
on the 20th.
Yeah.
You had your little altercation with Paylor on the 21st.
Yeah.
That's also the day I believe you guys established, no, Spar established the Greenland Bounty on the 20th.
Just imagine like getting into a physical altercation in a bar with a fucking god, and like they're drunk too.
It's gonna be Thor.
Yeah, it's Thor. But because they're drunk, they're fighting about as well as a mortal. So they're just God. Because a god has to work hard to get drunk. Usually that means that when they are drunk,
They're very
very drunk. That's the amount of alcohol that would kill 10 lesser men and more.
Thor drank a good bit of the ocean once.
Did he get drunk off of that?
No, it was just water.
Yeah.
You.
He just thought it was
Kinda.
shitty mead.
Yeah.
Kind of salty.
That's where tides come from.
Mm-hmm.
The ocean's just lapping back and forth after Thor.
That's the actual story in Norse mythology.
Oh, that's great! Norse mythology is silly sometimes. It's
Yeah,
great.
it was a drinking contest in Jotunheim.
Did Thor win?
No. Basically the challenge was the Jotuns told him to drink all of the mead in the horn in one go without like dropping the glass back down.
Mm-hmm.
And Thor just drank and 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 finally he couldn't do it and he dropped the glass back down. And the Jotun said, "Well, you didn't succeed, but to be fair, we cheated like motherfuckers and that mead horn was actually connected to the ocean."
Oh.
And you did pretty damn well, so I think we're gonna call this one a tie.
They were cheating like hell the whole time.
Yep.
They gave Thor a test of strength to pick up a cat, but the cat was actually the Midgard servant disguised as a cat.
Disguised as a cat?
Fool.
Did it have a little mask on?
Presumably.
Jotun magic, I don't know. Alright. Do you guys have any plans for anything you're going to do in Alba in the day before you head out?
Did we sell shit? I believe
Yeah, we sold shit. Because I don't have the spoils page anymore.
Okay.
I disposed of it. After all, I have no more need for it.
Yes, very, very good. Did you want to buy anything, any pieces of equipment in Alba today?
I think I'm pretty good.
Erodies.
I should see how much a wagon and also horses to pull that
Ooh,
wagon.
we're going to have a wagon. We can have Stoofing's a wagon again.
Yeah. And I can keep track of it because that will be my
Yeah, I
wagon.
do have. I still have my horse too. I'm gonna go get some pencils.
Sparta continues to be on foot boy.
You're probably going to save money in the long run if you buy a horse, but...
If we're getting a wagon, it won't matter.
Yeah. I gotta recalculate travel times for wagoning. Why do you do this to me?
Fucking wagoning.
After this, we all have to buy flying mounts.
Down the field! I'm believing.
Extremely off-key kazoo cover.
It's as sweet as candy. Taste is on my mind. Girl, you got me thirsty for another cup of wine. Okay.
Oh, yes.
That was perfectly rhythmic for ba ba da ba.
I still gotta put my horse down in my inventory. I forgot about that.
Is a horse really an inventory item?
Yeah, just keep it in my bag. The same way I would a bike in a Pokemon game.
All the good love. When we're all alone. Keep it up good.
That's another good song to be like slow and pitch shifted heavily.
To convey utter despair or
I
frustration.
walk a lonely road.
How much horse does your horse be?
Huh?
What?
I think 100%.
How much of your horse is horse?
Most of it?
I'd say 100%.
The light horse, heavy horse, I believe is what you
Yeah, it's a
mean.
light horse, not trained for combat. I get that, but I mean that doesn't mean I'm not gonna give him shit for it.
I stand by what I said.
How much horse is any horse, really?
100%, presumably.
Yeah.
I think anything else might be a bit of a problem.
So you have a bad day.
Oh, okay. So it's looking like we're gonna want light wagon. So that requires 2 medium creatures or 1 large creature. Don't leave.
We should find the beholder and make it carry our carriage.
No.
Coward.
I'm gonna name it. I don't know. How do you pronounce that? Gyrth, like in German. Would that be Girt? Or-
Gyrth.
Yeah.
Girth.
Girth.
Okay, so if we just buy
Because that's a German name.
if we just
Alright.
get a light wagon, we
Girth
can
the horse.
do it with just your horse, or we can pay a grand total of 150 to get a second horse and a medium wagon, which would be an extra 1,000 pounds of cargo. So we can either have 1,000 pounds or 2,000 pounds of carrying capacity in the wagon. I think 1,000 should be enough.
I think so too.
So.
Note to self, work out wagon times.
Okay, so I will pay.
Suppose I build up enough spells per day to cast grease on every 5-foot square and slide.
That would make you slower.
Right,
6-second casting time.
right, but I can still do it. So what would the travel times be?
Well, since you're
No.
only moving the maximum number of times you can grease per day, that's,
Also, Greece doesn't cover a very large space.
Yeah.
So like.
Yeah, no, I'm
you're
not
moving the
asking
length
if
of
this is
4
efficient.
greases a day. I think you die before you get there. Like, something happens to you from pulling this stunt every day.
Your horse keeps falling over.
Or you just die because you deserve it for doing it.
I
You know,
stand by
we
this
roll the
decision,
D30.
Every day.
and that's how much damage you take, and you don't heal it back.
It is a permanent reduction to your HP.
Yeah, your int goes away at a point of 1 per day permanently that you attempt to travel like that. In universe, this is caused by you slipping and hitting your head on your own stupid hubris.
Not on the ground, just your hubris.
Yes, you fall on that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why you keep leaving it down there.
So are we buying the horse and the wagon?
We're just buying a wagon.
Okay.
We've
We
got
have
the
a
horse.
Alright, so we're getting a light wagon.
If you consent to using your horse for wagoning.
Yeah, sure.
Plus you guys can sit in the wagon.
You can hang out.
It'll probably be a less bumpy ride than riding a horse.
And
Horses have built-in suspension though.
do they?
Legs are kind of suspension,
Are they?
kind of.
They have shock absorption. But they don't like move independent of the rest of the body on a hip axis in order to absorb like heavy shock or keep the body level.
You want to be behind here? You want to be telling me how horses work? You piece of shit. Horses are extinct. Boom. Everyone uses llamas
And
now.
oxen.
No.
Adamantoid.
All right, so this trip was going to be like 2 days to get to the area where the Greenwood brothers are believed to be hanging out. It's just going to be 3 now because I can't be arsed to work this out in the middle of a session.
Okay.
So that's going to be 3 extra days of travel time. Anyways, while we're in the marketplace working out where to buy horses in town, there's a stable a little bit outside on the east bank.
We're just getting the wagon.
Yeah. An owl flies overhead.
Birds!
Yes, birds. Congratulations.
Okay.
Circles around a little bit and lands on the roof of a building pretty near to you guys and stares down at you with its big old eyes.
And it's in the middle of the day too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. An uncommon sight.
Yeah, the owl leans down, opens its beak, and without moving its jaw at all, a human voice emanates from it. Your presence is requested at the Tower of the Art for a scholarly inquiry into the nature of your activities and
Oh, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think that's Palachi.
and to the nature of your persons and activities.
I don't know. Maybe owls are different. Owls are kind of weird birds.
The owl leans back, closes its mouth, and flies and returns to normal bird-like behavior, flying off back.
Tower of the Arts.
Yeah.
Okay. And that was very clearly directed at us.
Yes.
All right. I suppose we're expected somewhere. I did meet a young man from the Tower of the Arts.
Yeah, that guy in the Church of Palo, right?
Yes, seemed a decent fellow.
Yeah,
Perhaps we'll meet him again.
maybe. Wonder what they want with us.
All right. Well, have we mostly finished what we're doing here? I mean, we can come back here, of course.
Yep.
All right. Well, off to the tower. Okay. So let's go there. Let's see the sights.
See if we piss them off. For some unknowable reason.
Wizards.
I
Alright.
just tried to go put my hand down to pet Pinto, but I accidentally booped her on the face with my hand.
And she was like, "Bah."
The east bank of the Rixiv is not really built up with anything. There's some shacks and a few docks built on that side, but most of the city is clustered on the west side, which is more hemmed in by the mountains and is safer. Not mountains, hills. Anyways, there are some farms, some ranches. You can probably buy that horse out here once you're done. But staring over the valley, sort of in the foothills on the, sort of in the lower reaches of the slopes on the east side of the valley of the Rixiv, the Tower of the Arts looks out over the valley, looking very artistic, or whatever you want to say about it.
Well, there's certainly magic.
Yes, it's a magic place, and you can tell it's a magic place not so much by the way the place looks, but the way people look at it. Kind of like,
Yeah.
looks over the shoulder. If you spend a lot of time with the peasants, you'd probably notice that when things go wrong, they often like glance at the tower if like something weird's going on there.
Yeah.
Common folk
Yeah.
superstition.
It's kind of it's pretty isolated from the rest of the city, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Because it needs to be.
Yeah. It's not more than a 20-minute walk or anything.
Yeah.
But,
Just
safely removed from.
yeah. If an explosion happens there, you probably won't die.
Yes.
Unless somebody made the nuke spell.
Or it's a portal to somewhere, and
Yeah. Then,
Some funky
it doesn't
shit
really matter
starts
how
going
far
down.
away you were.
Yes, important logic to take into consideration when you're doing urban planning. All right,
Yeah.
you guys get up to like the cast iron, the wrought iron fence,
Cast iron fence.
the wrought iron fence surrounding the place.
Good source of iron.
Mhm.
Very nutritional. Oh, yeah, actually, fun history fact. Do you know that once people started using, like, iron cookware, people actually got a little healthier?
Yeah.
Because before they were using, like, clay cookware, which had a lot of, like, chemicals that could seep into the water. But if you glazed it right, then you could be fine. But with iron, that still happens, but it's good. Because iron's good for your blood.
Yeah.
So, some little medieval fact.
Okay.
All right. Wrought iron fence, though.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Well,
There's a small bell with a little like chain you can rattle hanging off to the side of the fence, but it appears locked. All right. There's a noise from somewhere, and the door swings slightly open. Like it doesn't swing open for you, but like.
oh, okay. Just we push it open ourselves. It has been unlocked.
Yeah. So the tower is a pretty tall structure. 7 or 8 stories as far as you can tell. Gets a good view of the surrounding area. Lots of little windows with cheap medieval glass, but like looking out all over the place.
Hey, wow, they got glass.
Yeah.
I guess that'd be easy for a wizard to make.
There are some low buildings around the site. Yeah, it is pretty good glass as far as the Middle Ages go.
Yeah.
There's some low buildings around the base. You think there's a barn?
Huh.
Yeah, not hearing any animal sounds or smelling any animal smells from there at the moment, but yeah. Aside from that, there are little footpaths going off around the ground. There's a little pond a ways out, and then they sort of disappear into the woods. You can't really see how far the fence goes.
Okay.
Yeah. The main door is a large, brassy, ornate affair. Wood and brass interlaid in intricate patterns. Carved in the archway above the door is, "Come ye, all students of the arts. Come ye with open minds and open hearts. Remember Rule 1." The last one is written all in there aren't capital letters in Menti, but there is like carving harder.
Yes. Remember Rule 1.
Yes. Yeah, and there's a young woman standing in the door frame, sort of like looking at a scroll. She's she's very clearly foreign. You guys would probably know this race as Nadrali. She's from the Southern Seas, or at least her
okay.
ancestors were way down south.
Okay. With
She's all bundled up in
their possessive god.
yes. Yeah, she's all bundled up in like the longer robes Menti people favor, but looking just a little uncomfortable in them, like it's a lot more fabric than she's used to. But
Yeah.
she's looking at that and like waves you over. Yeah. You are the ones?
A little bird told me that we ought to come here.
Yes. Well, one of the familiars further up. We've got a rookery. You are the tiefling?
No, I grow these for fun.
Oh, that's unfortunate. How do you do that?
Carefully. It's a delicate process.
Okay. So which of you is the tiefling?
Me.
Oh, you are pulling my finger.
Sure.
Yes. How much for a sample of your blood?
What?
I want a sample of your blood. She pulls out like a little glass vial about long and about. I fill this up.
What do you want from me?
Your blood?
Why?
You're a tiefling. I want to see if there's something weird about it. Can
Does
I
this
draw?
make any sense to either of you?
It's
I want to see if energies of the abyss cloud your physical fluids.
I mean, I can
I mean,
tell you with
I-
absolute authority that they do.
Yes, but I want to see how.
I have heard certain methods of performing medicine that involve taking blood, but
No, this won't hurt you, but I'm just interested in seeing how you tick.
So you're not trying to hurt me.
oh yes. I mean, I was rest assured. I
You just want my blood.
Yes. Just as
Listen, I'm very used to the term wanting someone's blood, meaning you would like to
Yes.
hurt them in it.
Oh, does it mean something different in Ingorsk?
At least in the part of Ingor I'm from.
well, it means something to people outside of the profession of scholar, for instance.
Oh,
Most people are not going around
no, I should
taking the blood of
infer.
others.
I should infer. I thought context. So you don't want to give me your blood?
I'm not really opposed to it. I mean, I'm not
Yes.
really using it for anything.
Well, not all of it.
I'd suggest keeping most of your blood, Spara.
I don't know, I make more of it, right? I lose a lot of blood. Or,
Very slowly, she says, looking with like a nod of experience.
Oh. So how much of my blood are we talking here?
She holds up the vial again. About yay long, yay thick.
Damn it, you got me.
I didn't even know I was getting.
Wait, what?
Got him!
You know, I ain't even mad.
Alright.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Alright.
Out of character, it's not going to result in like even a hit point of damage to have this much taken.
Alright, cool. Yeah, sure, whatever. I don't know. I'm not.
Okay, how much?
Wait, I
How
thought
much?
we
How
just-
much gold?
Yes.
Are you asking me how much I would like to be paid for my blood?
Yes. How much is this worth to you? She looks at you kind of intensely and taps her foot a little.
This is a test of character, I see.
No, not like angry or irritated, but she's just
Focused.
Does she would I don't know, would like a bluff or diplomacy check be relevant here?
You gotta make it a praise
You want to get
check.
a read on how much she's willing to pay for your blood?
That'd be sense motive, I think.
As far as a businessman, maybe you can put
Yeah,
that
like a 5. Yeah, like a sense motive roll.
Yeah. Let's see a sense.
Spudder's really fucking. This is weird to him. He's gonna try and get a feel
Yeah.
for what her angle is.
Man, you know, he was prepared to talk about this world and like how it's a dog-eat-dog world, but now people are just asking for his blood in a harmless way.
It's like, what do you want from me? Your blood. That is too weird to be what you actually want from me. Alright, I got a 12.
Upwards of 3 silver pieces, you think, but not less than 5 gold. This is a significant purchase for a commoner, based on the way she's comporting herself about it. But like something that a wealthy person could do all the time, inconsequentially. If that gives you an eyeball for how
Yes.
she views the situation as a pure transactional thing.
I'll take a gold.
Okay. She hands you a sovereign, and then like before you have a chance to say anything, so like grabs your arm and pulls it towards her.
Oh, Spudder is reaching for one of his daggers.
Oh. No, I got mine. All right. She pulls.
I
it.
don't know how I feel. Listen, I know this one's wait, is this one clean? Yes, it is.
No, I prestidigitate. Mine is clean. Prestidigit.
Prestidigitate.
So,
You said it quite well.
Right. Menti is not. Anyways,
Honestly,
she holds out a
Spara,
little brass needle hooked up to a little
I can assure you,
a little
Spara, that is a
tube
very clean instrument.
and a vial.
Cleaner than I think you
Yes.
could manage to make yours.
Alright, she pulls your hand out, rotates it, and gets it into like one of the veins running through there.
And a tool intended for non-lethal wounds as well. A knife like that is meant to kill.
Alright, so it takes a few seconds, but like the little vial fills up with blood, and she goes, Yes, you can put a cloth on that. I will keep this. Thank you very much.
Spudder just starts doing like the.
Oh, does that help?
It always helped me. I don't know if it helps anybody else.
Ooh, maybe you have a healing factor. Your skin is so greasy.
Yeah.
Anyways, you can go inside.
Can I have my gold?
Oh, yeah, she gave it to you before.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, that wasn't part of our business, but. Oh yeah, that's why we called you. You can go.
No, I'm one of the people that wanted you. You can go up 4th floor, but I made sure I get what I want before they get what they want. I don't want my.
Oh, that's why she was standing there.
Yeah.
Jeez, do multiple people want us here?
Yeah.
That was weird.
Val come back from the temple the other day, and he told us.
I don't.
Oh, I remember Var.
Yes.
Wait, did you really not poison me?
No, I take out. I don't put in.
This is weird. I don't feel poison.
That's
You
because
are not?
That's because I didn't.
All right. Cool.
All right, so she opens the door and waves you in. Yeah, there's a nice little 1st floor area with cabinets, closets, things for carrying traveling gear, a large contraption of glass and metal is sitting in the middle of the 1st floor room, pointed at the door in a way that vaguely reminds you of a crossbow, maybe, but also like a really weird compass.
Huh.
Yeah. A narrow spiral staircase winds its way up through the length of the tower.
Bitch.
You cursed bitch.
All right. You want to play games with me,
Get on the
Ho?
4th floor. You can find them. I'm going to my my chambers on deck.
Her laboratory.
Yes.
Right.
My laboratory.
Oh, hey, don't drink my blood. It's probably not good for you.
No, I didn't. I'm not thirsty.
All right. Just
It's not.
thought you might want to know.
I'm looking at it and doing tests.
Wizards are a bit of a strange bunch, but they like figuring out how things work.
Listen, as long as one of them isn't a taste test, we'll probably be fine. No. Seriously, if you drink that,
Vaseline.
seriously, if you drink that and something goes wrong, I am not liable.
No, things going wrong in the Tower of the Arts generally we don't sue about.
Is suing even a concept in this world?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You go down to the last speaker, you give your case.
Okay. Yeah.
Alright, so she leads you up. It's the stones are well fitted, simple. The place feels old too, like once you get in there. Every so often a door will appear on the left-hand side going into like the chambers on the floor.
How big is the tower?
Okay, it's like wider than this house at the base.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it get larger as it goes up?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
What's the floor space in kilo hammer units squared?
Yeah.
Hammer units, for reference, are the standard measurement for all games that use the source engine. Q.
Oh, that's pretty big.
Where Q represents...
Q represents how big it is.
Oh, okay.
No, so like the house we're in, a little bigger than that for, honestly, probably about as big as the lot we're sitting on.
Okay.
In terms of space there. Tapering slightly as it goes up, and most of the floors above are about as big.
Okay.
Yeah.
So probably a lot of this is just like going around like the
Yeah.
stairs on the side and just like there being rooms that you go into.
Yes.
Okay.
The stairs go up, and there are doors leading off into the level. Some of them are open, and you see little hallways lit with like 1 or 2 doors off to the side.
I'm kind of imagining a place like the place you fight Hobble the Rock in Dark Souls, except
Yeah.
actual rooms.
Yeah.
Like there's like little hallways and multiple rooms per floor usually, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The second floor, you hear some conversations going on in there, and your host just waves you past a little further. Up on the 3rd floor, she turns off, opens the door, and walks down the hall to a door at the far end. She waves back up at you. Yeah, you keep going.
Okay, thank you for guiding us.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let's see
Mhm.
what we were actually called here for. Or more of what we were called here for.
Wonder how much of that blood is stuff.
Well, if tiefling blood turns out to be something valuable, you could perhaps bring up the price. Be careful though, you only have so much blood.
Could I make more, don't I?
Very slowly.
How slowly?
Well, slowly... slower than I think it would take to replenish it after the transfusion each day. I don't know, actually. Well,
Well.
definitely not enough to draw from a wound.
All right. So you get up to the 4th floor, and the door leading in is open, and one of the doors in that hallway is open, and a man's leaning out of it, talking to someone inside. And when he hears you come up, he's like, good, you're the party?
Yes?
Yeah, yes, please come in.
Okay. Why were we called here, though?
Right. Just step in.
I know
my
I met
office.
with Mr. Albani, but...
Yeah. Oh yeah, Var. Yeah, Var's sitting inside. So you guys are ushered into a pretty sunny office, all things considered. There are large windows. Most of the available wall space that isn't window is covered in like maps and large cartographic diagrams. You recognize places on Vizig. You recognize specific parts of like the region of Mentilands. There's a map of Alba, but like a lot of the maps are of places you are not familiar with at all, and some of them don't look like they should be terrestrial places to begin with. The floor is likewise covered in stacks of books and like rolled up scrolls and things. His desk is covered with that. Besides that, there are large weird brass navigational tools, or like something that reminds you of a sextant is pointed out one window, and a telescope if you know what that is, but very primitive construction is sort of leaned up against a wall next to it. There are also just complicated things that have rings and spheres going around each other for no apparent purpose that you can discern. There are 3 people in the room.
Oh, that's just our perpetual motion machine.
Yeah.
It's not really that great. I don't know what we're gonna do with it.
Honestly, we got like halfway through the project. You know how it goes, where you start the project and you're really into it, and then like you get a little into it and you're like, man, I don't know if I can make this work with any.
All right.
Yeah, like what is this for?
Yeah, and you kind of burn out on it. That's what happens.
Yeah. But it's there, it looks kind of nice.
Yeah.
All right. So there are 3 men in the room, each of them falling into an age range between a young man, the man in the dark blue robes that you recognize from yesterday at the temple. He sort of like gives a little wave and a nod to you. V is perched on his shoulder with like some sort of like cracker in her mouth, trying to get up. Like she can't quite work out how to eat it. Yeah. There's another man, older, like physically pretty heavy set. He's got like
A muscle wizard?
no, I mean like a wizard who eats a bit. You know,
Oh, okay.
a feasting wizard, the
All
kind
right.
of wizard that looks like he has trouble with the stairs and probably figured out how to fly to get around that. He's perpetually a little red in the face. And he has kind of really long curly hair falling out over his body. He's just ugh. And the man waving you in, who is exceptionally old. His robe is more of a dark green than a dark blue. It has silver filigree and things attached to it. There was also a just massive iguana or something sunning itself in one of the windows and was completely asleep.
Okay.
Yeah, please come sit down. Where are they going to sit? Var gets out of his chair.
Can you not use your hocus pocus to conjure us some seats?
The fat wizard is already moving his hands and like, oh, yeah, hocus pocus. Yeah, he seems kind of pleasant in the face for how much of him there is.
Yeah. He seems like he enjoys life.
Yeah. There's a shimmer in the air. And
Like being fat in this day and age, that would mean you're probably
Doing okay.
pretty happy.
Yeah. There's a shimmer in the air and a ripple passing through water, and like You can faintly see like the shape and outline of chairs, but only in like different refractions of light passing through them. They're mostly invisible. Don't worry, it's safe.
Let's take a seat. So this is like a 3-on-3 deal.
Yeah.
Like soon we gotta start playing card games with them.
Yeah, the old one is looking around. Where is she? She said she wanted to meet the tiefling. I'm terribly sorry. We had someone who wanted to meet us.
Oh, was she at the door?
Did she want my blood?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, she already.
She was at the door?
Yes.
Nida! God damn it!
It seems she wanted to get it before.
Yeah, Var just sort of grins a little and Fatty, the fat wizard just chuckles. I'm sorry, that wasn't very professional. The old wizard sits down. Well, she already got her blood.
I mean, it was my blood, but...
Sorry, yes. Until she bought it.
Yes. Well, I think it's still my blood after she bought it. It just...
In a sense, in a manner of speaking. Yes, so Var here told me that, well, you three were of some interest. First of all, he knew neither would be interested in your blood. Second of all, you have a connection to the local god Palachi.
Yes, I do.
Right.
I'm proud to say that I believe, his first proper cleric.
Right. No, Mr. Albani told us that you had said as such, and, well, frankly, we're quite interested in that. Mr. Albani and Mr. Charon here, and the larger wizard waves, they both work in interplanar studies and such things, and we're quite interested in the home plane or residence of this deity.
Oh, is that so?
Yes, and we've been looking to try to find an entrance or a way of getting to there, and it seems you have some sort of semi-regular contact with the...
Yes, through my dreams.
Right. Yes, so this wouldn't be an immediate thing, but we wanted to bring you in to ascertain that you have divine power originating from Palachi, and inquire as to the three of your willingness to mount an expedition into the dreaming, as it is called.
Oh.
Yes, at some point we would like to physically transport persons there to get a feel for the scope of the land. Mr. Albani would be going in at his own insistence, but we mostly want the place scattered out by people who are on somewhat good terms with this entity.
Well, then you might have to go for 2 out of 3.
Oh?
Oh, Smara, you are not on bad terms with Palachi.
Well, the last good god I had any major contact with lit me on fire.
I mean...
Granted, with some provocation, I should specify.
Oh.
But he still lit me on fire.
Palachi is a god of understanding and redemption at his core. If you truly see to better yourself, then he will allow you some time.
I'm just worried I'm gonna, like, burst into feathers or something.
Palachi is not the kind to do that. Palachi isn't that direct.
That's an ominous statement.
You should read some of the fables sometime. They are a lovely read.
They'll just trick you into walking into a bed of hungry owls.
Oh,
And then they'll eat all your fingers.
even better.
Mr. Laria, I also have a personal proposition for you, but we can get to that a bit later.
Okay.
As for the group at present, would you be amenable to this sort of expedition?
Certainly.
Yes. Obviously, if your god says it's not appropriate or anything, you don't have to go.
Oh, yes,
but
certainly.
I think, yes.
I will ask him, of course. But if he allows it, then I would gladly help.
Yes, your heritage actually makes this of special interest to us, aside from Naida downstairs.
You want to find out if I'm gonna burst into feathers?
No, why no?
Shh, be quiet. We need to find out if tieflings burst into feathers when they go to Palachi's realm. Don't let him know.
Outsiders such as the entity that contributed to your heritage, well, there's some of the best interplanar travelers that we know of. The fact that the dreaming has remained generally impenetrable to them is a subject of interest to us, and also we're interested in how your physiology makes it easier or more difficult to get in.
You want to know if I'm going to burst into feathers?
I mean, I don't expect that to happen.
That's
It would be
really not what
unconscionable
I'm
of me.
Yes. But you'd like to know.
In a purely academic way, yes, I don't want to get you killed over it. I wouldn't kill you to figure that out.
Alright.
And feather you or whatever.
Well,
So you
I will. Don't worry,
you're
Spar. I
theorizing
will-
there might be something that prevents outsiders
Yes.
from entering the plane.
Yes.
And therefore, because tieflings are somewhat outsidery themselves.
We expect to see a weaker version of that reaction.
Rest assured, I'll put in a good word with
As-
Kalachi.
Yes.
He's
Honestly,
he believes in you. I can tell you that much.
aside from the cleric's connection to the bird in question, you also are important to this in being a bard. We are interested how the bardic magic, and there's a bit of hesitation on using the word magic for what bards do, but we're interested in seeing how that would act or perform in the dreaming. This isn't a theological institution, but we do perform the study of gods in a purely academic. It's hard to
Theology.
explain how that's different from theology. I'm sorry, but
Beyond knowing.
well, in any case, we're just interested in seeing a bit more how they tick, how they function. But those gods have held their cards a little closer to their chest than say the gods of major afterlives who with places in heaven. I've been to heaven once. It was quite lovely. Don't know if I could live there, but
Aren't you kind of not supposed to?
no, you're supposed to be dead there. That's correct.
I mean, I'm definitely no expert on heaven, but from what I understand,
Oh, I mean, I didn't even get there under my own power. It probably would have been a problem if I stayed there for too long. But he taps his hand a little bit. But well, you know, planar travel.
just planar travel things.
This is a subject of some interest to Mr. Albani as his chosen career, and Mr. Charon is a thing he happens to be good at. And as Archmage here, I can of course appreciate the pursuit of such studies, and I'm willing to help fund and organize this expedition.
I see. So when were you thinking of mounting this?
Well, we were really just feeling out the waters on when you guys would be, on when you people would be interested in doing this, if you're interested in doing this. If I get your approval on the plan, I can put things in motion, and it might take a few months, but then we would be able to acquire. There are some old. Mr. Albani has done a research on folklore, and he's figured out some ritual components that might be useful into pulling open that barrier and your natural inclinations, Miss.
Oh, Avessa. And
Yes.
Avessa.
Miss Avessa, we could hopefully work something out between those to get us there.
Well, I'd be willing to help. At present, though, we're preparing to set out on an expedition of our own.
Oh, no. Yes, we don't need you to stay at the tower for any prolonged period of time.
All right.
If I have your interest, I can start putting the wheels in motion there.
It definitely sounds interesting.
You certainly have my interest.
How much would you be willing to pay us for this?
Just for getting the door open, I could get you 100 gold pieces for that. But I'm not asking you to do anything besides that on behalf of the tower. Hopefully, if that isn't sufficient, he says, looking up in a way like he's remembering dealing with adventurers or something. If that isn't sufficient, I believe there should be objects or opportunities within the place itself, in which case this is sort of a mutual assistance sort of thing. If you got access to that plan, it could potentially be good for your personal ends.
I'd certainly love to see the plane.
It does seem
Don't
that way.
you already see the plane?
Well, from a different perspective, you understand. You see things differently when you're dreaming.
You've had contact with the bird?
Yes. I've seen him myself. It's a bit intimidating.
Ah, you were not physically transplanted there.
No, I was dreaming.
Ah, yeah, hence why it is called that. This is the way mortals generally have access to it. We would be looking at finding a way to get people physically there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Much like a mist-covered forest. The sounds of...
Ooh. You are willing to relate the experience?
Yes. gladly.
Mr. Sharon, and that guy waves a hand, and a little point of light appears in the air and extends out into a line and starts taking notes. And he like,
All right. It's like, well, a mist-swaddled forest. As the rest of the surroundings extend into endless white. As you get deeper, you hear the sound of a fiddle being played. Strings being... Oh, I mean, it's beautiful.
all right. Have either of you had any experience
Yeah,
with
did
visions of
Spotlight?
this nature? Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I think I went there.
Oh,
Really?
You did.
I think so.
I think you'll be fine if you go there physically, then.
Yeah, Misty Forest is what I remember. Sort of a bluish haze everywhere.
Yes.
Got kind of purple at the end, though.
Mm.
I think that might have been something else. There was a big tree in a clearing. There was a bird on a branch and Wait a fucking minute. He was there! The son of a bitch!
Who was that?
Who?
Wivitic!
Oh,
He was fucking watching!
Wivitic?
Yeah!
And
He was just hanging
What?
out!
Oh, you've had contact with
the man.
yes, the man of wealth and taste. You've had personal contact with him in your dreams as well as Palachi?
Oh, hell, I've met him in the physical plane.
You what?
Yeah!
Oh,
That was
you.
a strange experience.
Yeah, I just heard some fiddling over the hills, so I took a walk, and there he was.
Mr. Alaria, were you present for this as well?
For the physical part? Yeah.
We were present.
Wivitic kind of did not approve of our being there, so he kind of fuzzed himself out.
Fascinating.
Yeah, it was more of an interpersonal
Well,
experience.
we can take a more
Yeah.
complete recording of your experiences later.
Yes.
if that's-
Back to the dreaming for now, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This place, we
Must
would
have been
potentially have
Must have
access
been Palachi
to
in the tree.
Yeah, I think it was Palachi in the tree, but Wivitic was definitely there. Come to think of it, things got kind of purple at the end of my dream.
Yes.
That might have been it.
Odd.
Oh, another strange thing. As I got deeper into the forest, during many of the times that I went there, the sound of the violin would get larger, and also, Palachi being the god of words, the closer I looked at certain things, the more they simply looked like the
Yeah.
Menti terms for them. I looked at fog, and I
A
saw...
place made out of words itself.
Yes,
Mm.
yes.
I think we saw something that in the yes. Yeah, so the wizards are chattering among themselves a little bit. But
Okay.
yes, in broad strokes, though, we are good to go on this as a potential thing for the future.
Yeah.
I'll start acquiring materials. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. If you have any other business you'd like to perform at the tower, that's fine. Just I would advise you to knock before entering any doors. That's rule number 2.
What's rule number 1?
Rule number 1, and Ivar and Jiran sit up straighter. You do not call up what you cannot put down. Everyone says it in unison.
Wise
V-
words.
Yes, V warbles a little bit as if she's trying to keep in with that rhythm, but she's mostly gotten the wafer into her mouth at this point, so it does not come out clearly.
You even get your familiars to say it.
Well, yeah, they're the common sense for the wizards most. of the time.
They're like Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Jiminy Cricket is totally a familiar.
Yeah.
But yes, we would thank you kindly for the business you've been willing to do with us today. Sharon can fix you a lunch down in the kitchen.
Oh,
You'd like to get that before we leave.
thank you. Are you good
Sharon,
in the kitchen, Sharon?
Sharon, do I need to push you, or would you just go to the kitchen anyways? And he just laughs a little. Yes, please come with.
I
Are you particularly skilled in the mess hall?
Oh, yes. The most ancient and powerful of all arts. Cooking. Yeah, he pulls a long walking stick out of nowhere and starts walking out into the hallway.
I've heard some say that cooking is the predecessor to magic.
The finest rituals. Preheat the oven. Yes. And Mr. Larry, you and I can discuss a personal thing.
Yes.
I would love to look around this place sometime as well. I've been meaning to.
Yes. Var, I assume you're going back up to your room. Right. I have some tomes I'm looking over. But you can come in and take a look at some of the research we're doing up there.
Perhaps I will.
It's relevant to the three of your upcoming journey. I must say I'm excited.
It's your journey too, isn't it?
Ooh, yes. The god of words is also a patron of wizards, so I'm sure he'll be happy to. Well, he won't be upset to see.
I'll put in a good word.
The spider is too, but she's a bit more dangerous.
Well, I'll put in a good word. You'll be on good terms with Palachi, and then you'll be on good terms with his wife.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's happy.
Yes. I don't think I've done anything to offend.
I'm sure you haven't.
Alright, so Var nods and excuses himself from the room and goes upstairs to floor number 6. You had a comment, Michael?
No, just
So
Slaughter gives him a slight,
Yeah.
a smart salute.
he returns it after a second.
Okay.
Sharon leads you downstairs to the kitchen if you follow. But
Yeah.
Larry, you're having your private meeting?
Yep.
With the headmaster, I presume?
Mm-hmm. Well, first of all, I should say that I am genuinely my interest as to the nature of your bardic magic and how it will function upon the plane or semi-plane or whatever you want to call it. Word of caution, though. Do you understand where the source of bardic power comes from?
That's a 24 on my knowledge religion check.
All right, so you definitely know. Greer,
Yes.
we discussed this in person, but just for Michael's sake and the sake of the camera, the over god. People often don't even call him a god because of how above it all he is. That created the universe in the first place. Who laid down the foundations of the Great Wheel, Dalm, and his wife Mara, the primal spirits of law and chaos. At the beginning of time, after the abomination was conquered and the foundations of the Great Wheel laid, they had a great discourse between them where they talked and spoke and sang and pontificated upon all the things that could and would or might be in the world to come. And the echoes of that conversation are still reverberating through reality at a very deep level. Bards have access to it. It's what they use to perform bardic magic. They invoke part of that conversation, part of that song. And this is directly relevant to this case, Mr. Ilaria, because as far as we understand it, the origins of the dreaming and the entity are in that self-same discourse. Palachi is a god of words in both senses.
So this would be similar
He is an entity that...
to
Yes.
wondering how, say, a cleric's magic might change when they were on their god's plane.
Right. So it is quite interesting, but potentially volatile. So I should give you that as a piece of advice first of all when you get there. I imagine you will attract attention when you do that. So I can't imagine the crow being upset about it, though. And on a second point, the mages in the town are willing to stay out of political affairs, and I understand you have taken to retiring, but I need to keep this institution and the pursuit of the arts safe. And we have had portents and divinations that the next war will involve the city of Alba in some way. This is something I tell you both because as a person living here with intimate personal history with Ingor, we had to do some background work on you to work this out, but I also was wondering if the tower could keep you as a contact and potential ally if the political situation with our neighbors to the east deteriorate.
I would be happy to provide assistance.
And we are very honored to have expert advice in an area beyond our domain. Rule number 3 is stay out of politics.
I didn't really like the politics part of my job either,
Right.
which was why I lost that particular battle. But
Well, from my
nowadays I consider
study,
Memphi Lands to be my home more than Ingor, so...
well, I'm happy to hear that. Although the tower is officially a non, it is not Menti nor Ingorsk nor any nation in particular. It is the place of all nations and yada yada yada.
It's Mar. Weird political divisions.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is actually an embassy. That being said, if the tower itself is threatened, we're going to fight, and if someone is threatening the tower, it will probably be your homeland, in which case advisements upon the situation there. I have read an account of the Rizzi insurrection. For what it's worth, I think you comported yourself well. He taps a little leather-bound book by his side. But when magic users come into Elba, we tend to keep an eye on them.
Of course.
And you are a magic user.
Don't choke on those words.
He coughs out a cockroach and scuttles away.
So I may be tapping you at some point in the future for information or to give you a warning.
Or for
I consider this a mutually beneficial arrangement. If we can perform a favor for you, Mr. O'Leary,
Or if I'm lonely.
then yes. Sometimes I just want to talk. But if I can perform a favor for you, Mr. O'Leary, you need only ask. I definitely would appreciate keeping tabs on this situation and look after your health. We
What
can
is this
help
guy's
you.
name, by the way?
This guy's name
What street is the tower on?
Tower Street. it actually is. The street is not built for any other purpose but connecting the town.
Alright, fair enough. I deserve that.
I mean, even if it had been built for other reasons as well.
Maybe this guy's named Nibbler.
Yeah. Archmage Leety, he says, and takes your hand. Good to have this conversation.
Likewise.
Alright, and he gets the door for you and ushers you back up. Alright, well, not to put too fine a point on it, but Charon is a wizard in the kitchen. He's also pretty good at cooking. Yeah.
Hey.
Charon's specialty, as far as you can determine, is the conjuration and manipulation of physical objects, items, and substances, which you strongly begin to suspect he got into because he can make food easier that way.
Oh my gosh, Bingo, what are you doing?
Wizardry comes from intelligence, after all, and you have as many neurons in your gut as in your brain, so...
Whoa!
They aren't as useful or information dense, but I have heard that there actually are, in just raw numbers, a similar amount.
Oh god.
Really?
Circle of life.
And it moves us all.
I mean, it's a big space. You got to keep track of things, you know.
Yeah.
Hello, little kitten.
I'm not saying you got another cerebral cortex down, but for joke, it is a joke.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Kitten.
So Charon, while he's whipping himself up something that looks like a mash of minced meat and like cubes of meat, and all in like a deep, rich sauce that he says is marish, and some weird, spongy-looking bread. Yes, sir. What do you have?
Oh yeah, he's just making it for himself.
What do you want?
Goodness, anything really.
Oh, we gotta narrow it down, lady. I don't want to make too much.
Something
Spicy.
Spicy.
Marish curry?
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
I've never had Marish curry before.
Yeah, he makes a large dish similar to what he's making, but over a bed of
I'm gonna say elves are terrible
Long
at
rice.
handling spice.
That is a pretty elven characteristic. I'm going to say soft yes on that. Maybe
Okay.
not entirely yes, but yeah, that sounds. Elves are notorious for not liking spicy food.
And so if dwarves are the opposite, the dwarves are like throwing a million.
Dwarves
bits of
also
spice.
don't like spicy food because
Oh.
like of how plain and robust their diet is.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. It's like one thing they can agree on is what do humans do to their food. Is the
Yeah.
plant trying to tell you not to eat it?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna say that Sparrow really digs
Why
spicy
would you
food,
trust-
given that,
Alright.
because like the owners of the White Worm are Marish, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Sparrow had had
Now-
a sort of house specialty
Yeah.
fondness.
That being said, spice is hard to get in Amakar. Very hard to get. We have herbs, we have, garlic and things, but actual spicy spice, this is a rare treat. So John tells you, don't tell people I did this though. Technically there's like a spice merchant guild that tries to cause problems for us that if we conjure it for anyone but ourselves, then fuck them. Just I don't want to deal with them right now. So.
Your secret's safe with us.
Alright.
Listen, if you ever need an outlet or a secondary revenue stream, I think you could make a good bit of money selling that in Ingor. Listen, I've got several connections in the commonry of Whitecliff. Let me know.
I hadn't thought about actually doing this.
We could make some money. We could make some
I'd
real
have to
money.
travel a bit further afield, but yeah, in Whitecliff, I could make a good. Let's put a pin in that.
All right.
Alright. He conjures you all, so he conjures for a big spicy Marish curry. You guys want curry too?
Sure. Anthus doesn't know what this stuff is.
Yeah. Alright, he makes it for you and says, this is actually a little similar to what I'm eating over here, but. Well, bottoms up.
Okay. Yeah.
Spartow's gonna do like the Murdoch the bath tongue. The bath. The bath.
I gotta tell you, it is actually really hard to magically conjure good food. You gotta study
Well,
all the
then
time.
you're very skilled then,
But
aren't
once
you,
you've
Charon?
got it, you got it for life.
It's like riding a horsicle.
You never get off because you're frozen.
You never really get for.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Anthus takes one bite and she doesn't really like react in terms of her face, but then she starts kind of crying.
All around me are familiar faces.
Worn out faces.
Yeah. So it's probably been a while since you at least have had anything with spice in it.
Yeah, Anthus is just kind of, not really showing anything in her face. She's not sobbing, but she is crying.
But like the inside of her brain is just holy dive. This is the sound of descending into hell.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't understand.
Spotter's just going to town, baby.
And this kind of has like a Rui expression,
I don't understand.
Sure, I know this is after a while, and conjures you like a glass of milk.
It is all gone.
Having some trouble over there?
I just don't understand. I don't know what to feel.
It's spicy.
Yeah.
More tears.
I guess holy people need to suffer or something. It's in their contract.
I don't know. God, I miss this food.
All right. I think Anthus actually does kind of try to power through this, but it takes a long time.
No, I just pull it out of my ass. You don't need to. You don't
No, I
have to.
have to.
I'm not gonna be offended.
She's still just focusing on it. She's mostly speechless. All right, well, I guess that's the lunch hour.
Yep. Okay, do you guys do anything else at the tower?
I think Enthus takes a look around at least. Maybe goes through the,
Mm-hmm.
like, goes up the stairs and peeks in any door that's open.
Yeah, so you can see most of the doors are shut, but like some are open to like little like mini libraries where like books of a certain
People might notice that it is a very strangely red-faced elf, by the way.
Yes.
You know, looks like she's been crying too, but like that she's past it, but she's at the point where she's like, I really don't want people to see that I've been crying.
There aren't more than 10 mages living in the Tower of the Arts at any given time. Generally, they specialize in different things so that they can all be useful to the local people. Every once in a while, you see someone come in the building and go like, as if they have an appointment with a wizard in particular. Some of them go. Sometimes wizards go out with them. Sometimes they just hand them certain objects or prepared scrolls or things. But
Okay.
they're doing their business and conducting their magic. Var is in his room, which is like lots of maps and diagrams similar to the Archmage's office, but also like just a lot of books.
And what floor is he on?
He's on floor 6.
Okay. Hey.
What?
Up near the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Yes.
Do you mind?
No, you can come in. You can come in. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just taking a look around. I meant to.
It's just my room, so I do mostly planar research and things.
What does that entail exactly?
I seek to parse the mysteries of the Great Wheel, penetrate the fabric of the Great Beyond, and generally get to go interesting places and do interesting things. I'm also good at calling things here and binding them to my service, but you know, I try not to do that too often in case I step on toes.
Rule number 1.
Rule number 1. Yes?
At some point, Spada would have asked if somebody wanted to detail his accounts of his experience with Wivitic.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if
I
you
mean,
want to
we
do that
can have
now.
you recount this in person, but like, yeah, if you're willing to do that, there's a demonologist on floor 7 who would love to talk to you about that.
Yeah, sure.
How ironic on floor 7.
Mm-hmm.
One away.
No, we got Var on floor 6. How many floors are there to this tower?
8.
8. Okay. The number of magic.
And like a little roof observatory area above that. So
Okay.
technically 9, but 8 that people live and work in.
Yeah. All right.
8.5.
8.5 is the real number of magic.
Octo.5 Arene. It is a purplish, pinkish, greenish, orange.
Highly cursed.
All right.
I once followed someone who had synesthesia and was describing how much she deeply despised the color grorange, which was green and orange, which she had only ever seen in her brain. And so she just described it sitting in class at one point just silently hating grorange.
Man, what the fuck?
God, can you imagine grorange?
So it's like a color that's somehow between green and orange.
No, it
But
is
it's not.
both of them. It's green and orange.
I mean, it is a garish color combination, and
Yeah,
one that I
I
don't
can
care
just
for.
overlap the ideas and like vague clouds of memories
Yeah.
associated with green and orange in my head. I don't know if I'm really picturing it, but it's kind of gross.
Yeah.
It's gross just from the like demo level that we're playing. of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a really shitty demo.
Yeah.
It's an obnoxious kind of brown.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like vomit.
It's just terrible.
Yeah. Okay, anyway.
Anyway,
God, this is stupid.
we've never been stupid before. No
Yeah.
clowning around.
Yeah.
yes. No, yeah. We should actually get like the details of what you say to the team.
Okay.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
But
But how does one go about researching other planes other than, well, going there?
Well, unfortunately, we haven't had a wizard or a sorcerer or anything of such caliber in the region for quite a while.
I see.
So mostly we have to go on myth, legend, and
Accounts.
yes, scholarly sources. I have a book brought all the way from Chimol. Yes, an accounting of the halls of Utopia. Yes, written from a Chimol perspective. And that's you got to keep that in
And
perspective.
translated, too.
Yes, yes.
It's like I'm looking into another world I could have been a part of. I always wanted to be a wizard when I was young.
Oh, well, why didn't you?
Ah,
I suppose that's a silly question. I know why you wouldn't be a wizard. It's money to get good training, and some people just aren't cut out for it.
yes. Became a soldier, though.
Hmm.
That worked out well enough. And now I'm a cleric,
Yes,
so
you got to magic in one way.
I'm 2 for 3, really.
Godly affairs and all are quite nice to pursue. And Mr. Larry over there, you practice a kind of magic as well.
Mhm.
I mean, is he here?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I thought you guys were all going together.
Looking
Yeah.
around. Okay. Well, I'll just be looking for a little bit. Sorry
course,
if
of
I'm
course.
a bit silent.
Hmm.
I just like to watch things.
Yeah, no, you can look at any book or anything. Just please stay out of my bedroom, specifically in the back.
Oh, rest assured. Yes, those. What is in there shall remain.
Okay.
A silent damn from Memphis.
Damn.
No, it is a mess. You know.
Yes.
You don't want to see that.
What happens in Var's room remains. What comes to be in Var's room remains. For one time, he did summon a demon, and it's still sitting in there.
A quiet
You can't
hurdy-gurdy, let's get it on by Marvin Gaye.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Yeah, no, I summoned.
Toiling.
Yeah, I summoned a demon in there. He is not left. No, you don't understand. I can't. It's the rules. It's the law of the
He
land.
calls himself Clom Tansy, and he like takes up most of the bed and takes up most of the blanket.
Did you forget rule 1?
Yeah, I forgot rule 1.
Let's be fair, he's not hurting anything except my nights of sleep. God damn it.
Hey, we're out of the mints I like. I'm not getting you any more mints! Clom Tansy is a horrible demon.
It's just the worst. Just an absolute displeasure to be around.
Mm-hmm. No, Bar doesn't have a demon in there. He just has a big mess.
Yeah. Which, he probably summoned as well.
Slowly and over the course of years. medieval Marvin Gaye.
Marvin the Gay.
Nice.
That's the name of a bard.
Let us commence.
I've been truly toiling.
Quietly was it spake to me through the vineyard. For not a fortnight's longer would you belong to me.
Cursed.
I like it. Then again, I love cursed shit.
You do. You almost are cursed shit.
Almost.
Oh, guys, stop flattering me.
Alright, Spara.
Yeah.
What do you tell the demonologist on floor 7?
Well,
This guy is.
First, I'd ask about the demonologist on floor 7.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, you want to see a Yuckle?
Sure. If he's the guy that talks about demons.
Yeah, Yakal is on floor 7, left side, furthest door from the main hallway.
Alright. Spar's gonna go there.
Yeah, you can just knock and tell him you had an encounter.
Alright. Spar knocks on the door and says, "Hey, I'm a tiefling."
The door opens a little bit. The guy in there looks at you very suspiciously. What?
What?
You're a tiefling?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have problems?
No, maybe I should be clearer. I had a talk with a demon recently. Thought you might wanna
Okay,
hear.
hold on. And the door opens and he ushers, yeah, come in.
That is far too many locks.
Yeah, making sure the demons don't break into your house?
Yeah.
Yeah? Alright. Watch the salt. He makes sure you step over the salt on the floor into his room. Yeah. So this place, the windows in here all have like heavy curtains drawn across them, which are not quite thick enough to completely block the light and give the room sort of a reddish tint. Yeah, but there's lots of nasty books open up on shelves and things. There is a large metal cage suspended in the air with lots of sharp metal spikes pointing into it. Mercifully, it's empty at the moment.
Kind of an intense place.
There are like blank summoning circles on the ground with like most of the important runes and things temporarily erased. But he sets a chair for you up in one of them and sits down in his chair in another and spins around at you. So, you have an encounter for me?
Yeah. You
Mhm.
threaten to put people's familiars in there if they act out?
No, sometime when I'm entertaining, I put him in that. Somewhere on the back wall there is a large diagram of some like loathsome creature of a fell pit, which has been which is like spread eagled in the picture and has a large incision in its belly and like internal organs are being pointed at in detail.
You see, they say don't call up what you can't put down. So I put down a lot of measures to let me be able to put down whatever I call up. So I can call up more things.
Alright then. So, wait, why are we sitting in circles?
Well, where else would we sit?
I guess most of the floor is kind of taken up.
It's kind of circles, yeah.
Alright.
You can sit on the edge of the circle if that makes you feel better, or like sort of with one corner in and most of the way in. Yeah, I just think it's neater to sit like this.
Alright. Anyway.
It's better for the feng shui.
Oh no,
yeah.
some of this all fell out. Hang on. Some of it's a little uneven.
I had a meeting with demon devil somewhere in Wivitek.
Yeah.
Probably know his name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fascinating case.
Yeah. Just met him in the forest. Strangest thing. Yeah.
I wasn't aware he was still doing things like that.
Yeah, I just
It's been a while.
heard some.
Be careful, Augie's getting into bread.
Oh,
Augie, piss off.
hey,
You little bastard.
Yeah, I had Aka and Rui eat into like my bags of bread when I was living here. So
Oh my god.
Yeah, because they were teething, and like they wanted like unique things to eat.
Those little monsters.
I'm just gonna take it over here, and I'm gonna have a little bit of bread.
Can I have it?
Oh yeah, certainly.
Thank you.
All right.
What?
That is a nice bread.
I asked if I could have this.
The
Oh my god, that's great.
What foolish man.
Isn't it?
Bread. Yeah, that's good bread.
How fucking swanky is that shit? I really like making savory toast with it.
You know what? Screw it. This isn't like RPGs anymore. We're just making a show about us eating bread.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
We
Have some
eat
bread.
We
Go
eat
ahead.
spread. Episode 1.
This should probably get edited out.
I mean, it should.
Anyway, yeah, I like to make
It's either
savory.
getting edited out or it's going at the front, and I'm not sure which.
So I really like making savory toast with this bread. So I put like I spread refried beans on the bread like it's jam, and then I do like a slice of onion and then cheese, and I put like a little bit of hot sauce on there,
This one's good.
and I do like really nice savory toast.
Just dipping this in marinara sounds good too.
All right.
I was
So-
never a fan of marijuana sauce, but
I really like it. So
I know.
So yeah, Cal, he doesn't say very much, but he just listens intently, staring at like the paper as he writes down notes and things.
Yeah, he said he was I don't know, interested in me in particular.
Mm-hmm.
Something about the way I comport myself. I think he likes the way I do business.
Mm.
Well, I think he likes that I do business and don't just.
You avoid the
Your mother.
you avoid the temptations to chaos then or to evil.
Yeah, I'm not really a thug.
So the chaotic part of the evil, or both.
Probably not both. I'll put it to you this way. He seemed to like that I have a consistent and coherent set of rules.
Ah, yes, that's in keeping with his general demeanor.
Yeah.
And did he offer you anything?
Nothing specific, just sort of an offer of business in general. He wanted my soul, though. Well, and my coat. Neither of them were a deal.
I see. I haven't heard about him going after coats yet.
Oh, and he gave me this, and Spada takes out the scroll.
Ooh. May I see?
Yeah, sure, as long as you give it back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And unravels it. Ah, yes. I think I have a version of this somewhere, but this is simpler, better laid out. I suppose it's coming direct from the source. Hmm. Yes, this is the incantation to call upon him.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Sort of a business call.
He scribbles fastidiously for a few seconds. Hmm. I'm curious, did he challenge you to any kind of game, or?
No, he offered me some wine. I didn't drink any of it.
If it was offered, I believe it would be safe, but that's a pure technicality at this point. You can still decide you'd rather not drink it, and I will understand.
Yeah. He didn't challenge me to any games, no. He didn't really seem like... Well, I suppose he sort of seemed like the playful type.
Yeah. Now, are there games you excel at that?
Does
Knife checkers.
count?
I'm sorry, knife checkers?
Yeah, knife checkers. Have you never played knife checkers?
No?
Oh my god, Sparrow starts removing knives from his jacket.
Whoa,
Oh, we
whoa.
gotta play. Here, take
What,
some of
how
my
do you
knives.
play knife checkers?
Okay, it's really simple. Is there a wall you can spare some space on?
I suppose.
Perfect.
Takes down a diagram of what you are now starting to realize is a demonic heart off a wall and says, "Right, what do you need this wall for?"
Alright, Sparta takes out a knife and begins carving a board.
What is that?
It's a checkers board. We're gonna play knife checkers.
Are we?
Well, yeah, you should. It's a great game. You should learn how to play. It's a favorite pub game of mine.
Okay, I guess I can get it fixed. Fine, show me knife checkers.
Awesome. Sparta carves out a knife checkers board. We should create rules for knife checkers.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that at some point.
Oh, old gods making John come up with fluff rules since 2018.
Yeah, and the base thing, it's sort of, there are spaces at either end of the board where you can start. You move from your starting row by throwing a knife first into that row and then in a square adjacent to where you threw the knife. Your goal is to reach the other side, but there are ways of blocking and taking the opponent's knives to get there.
Yeah, you probably put like different colored straps around them.
Mm-hmm. Or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you miss, that's like a penalty.
Well, if you miss, that just bungles the round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you miss, you just fuck the round.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it, of course, can be blocked by putting a hand there.
Yes. It is inadvisable to do that more than once in a game because if you do that twice, you are now out of hands to throw knives with. Sparta has an advantage in that he has a prehensile tail, so he can throw knives even after he's blocked.
I don't know. You could block a move twice, and you could block 2 moves with the same hand.
Generally, this game is not played with very sharp knives unless you have a healer handy.
Yeah. Although in some in some like versions of the game, with some rules dictate that if you get a knife into your hand, it has to stay there until the end of the game.
That's true.
There's great debate in the knife checkers community, all 3 of them, about whether or not a knife going through a hand and getting into the wall counts when you're playing sharp knife checkers. Generally, the agreement is that it's within the spirit of the game that it should be allowed to stay.
Except, fortunately, it's not possible. So
It's just something everyone has postulated might at some point happen.
Yes. Mercifully, we aren't playing with something so ridiculous yet, but this is a prospect that has been raised.
sailors like to do harpoon checkers.
Don't talk about our boot checkers.
Harpoon checkers is where you draw the board on the deck of the ship and then drop the harpoons from the crow's nest. It is pretty much impossible to block a move in harpoon checkers without dying. You pretty much have to get down, Mr. President, the board.
But someone did it at some point.
The madman. Yeah. You
Alright.
can't cover more than 1 square at a time with your hand. You know, you have to designate a square you're blocking, and you know, if a bit of your hand goes into another square, and they go for that one, you know.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah.
So yeah. He's a...
So, and if someone throws the knife at the square where you're blocking, you can jerk your hand away at the last second, and it will count as removing the block, and then the knife goes in as if you hadn't blocked at all. But, you know, it's all gambling. Generally, if it hits your hand, then, you know, it doesn't count.
Alright. So yeah, Spada's gonna teach this guy knife checkers.
All right, I can't throw knives.
What do you mean? You just...
Wizards are proficient in daggers.
Yeah.
That means they can throw them.
Yeah.
Those squares are so small.
Whoa!
It goes handle first into the wall and clatters to the ground. Do I win?
Not exactly. But a valiant effort. Better than some people I've seen do it their first game of knife checkers. I saw one dude that totally messed up the release and threw the knife right into his foot. Just straight down.
The guy shifts his posture uncomfortably. Is this a common sport?
That is where I'm from.
What are you talking about? Everybody plays knife checkers. How have
like-
you not heard of this?
It's like the national sport of everywhere.
This is the most ridiculous game I've ever seen.
Alright, Spada's going to go and pick up the knife. Okay. Another go?
No.
Ah. No.
Get out of my lap.
Is this guy taking it in good humor, or is he just like...
He isn't upset with you, but he like does not want to continue playing knife checkers.
Alright. And Spada starts stowing his knives back in his coat.
Well, yes. He hands you 5 silver pieces, by the way.
Ah, cheers.
Yeah. Right, and if anyone else you know has an encounter with the demon in the area, you can send them to me, and if I get good information, similar back.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Alright then.
And then Spara starts like forging accounts of demon sightings by pretending to be a demon.
I'm a demon.
And they're like, I saw a demon in town.
Honestly, to some people, Spotter could pass as a demon.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm
Alright,
saying.
Spar, can you pass a perception check?
To be a demon?
Just roll
Yeah.
perception.
He's got to be good at seeing things.
13.
13. Okay. So you see the guy's notepad after he was like, that he was scribbling on while you two were talking. You don't think he was taking written notes there. You can't really make out what he's got there, but it looks like a drawing of something.
Can I tell what?
No, not with that roll. You need to press for.
What was interesting about that scroll, by the way?
Hmm?
What was different about it? You
Oh,
said
just-
something was different between that
Right.
and the one you have?
Certain ritual steps have been omitted. I suppose they were unnecessary or later fabrications. Certain instructions were made more clear to a speaker of modern Menti. Some of the language in the old ones can be quite obscure. Yeah, things along those lines. Also, it's just a higher quality scroll than I'm used to seeing.
Interesting.
Straight from the source.
What's that little scribble you drew there?
He folds it out. He has drawn a picture of Spara sitting in the chair, like he's just sketched Spara.
Is it a good sketch?
Yeah, it's pretty damn good.
Oh yeah, you gotta
Oh,
keep diagrams of demons.
I can't even really be upset about that.
But why would you be upset?
Oh, I wouldn't.
I guess
Honestly,
you-
this is the least weird thing anyone's done with my body today.
I didn't.
Listen, somebody bought my blood. It's been a
Oh, neither.
So, you know, if you ever need some
Well, are you
blood.
still selling, by the way? Because I'd love to.
Yeah, if you ever need some blood.
Oh,
Hey.
actually, I could give you another 5 silver.
5 silver?
Yeah.
And going price these days is 1 gold.
Oh,
but,
that's for Naya. She's researching important things.
Well, we could split the difference. How does 7 silver sound to you?
Fine.
Wonderful.
He palms you another 7 silver and goes over and gets a little clay jug and brings it back to you. So you have a knife or
Oh yeah, I gotcha. Sparrow takes out a dagger. That one is poisoned. That one's just dirty. Give me a minute here. Yeah, that looks alright.
Alright.
Sparrow jabs himself in the palm and just...
Blah blah blah. Yeah.
Why would you do that in your palm? That's a very sensitive part of your body. Do like the back of your hand or something.
Aesthetic. Yeah, the demonologist, gathers the blood.
Yakel.
Yeah. Caps it and puts it back on the shelf. Alright, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
You can leave.
Alright. You have a good day, Yakel.
You too. Alright, he opens the door, makes sure you go over the salt, and closes the door behind him.
You were just gonna mess up the salt.
I wish I had chalk so that I could write demons go here. Demons land here.
Oh boy.
You wish you had what?
Like chalk or something.
Oh.
So that I could write demons land here. Well.
Alright, so that's enough of...
Yeah.
That's enough of
All right.
that fucking nonsense.
Let's get back to it though. Now that we're done with our little day trip over here, we gotta find those fucking brothers.
Yeah. Yo, the Mario Brothers. The brothers in the gang.
Greenland brothers.
Yep. Okay.
They're both Luigi.
You guys got the horse and the wagon?
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright. You set off on a grand journey.
To find some dudes. The quest for the dudes.
You are